Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you what to expect during your placement. Once you are embarking on the journey to become a teacher or enrolling as a teacher, placement is something that you cannot run away from. You must experience it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what to expect and what's going to happen, all that you would go through in your placement. To begin with, for the first few weeks, I believe it's going to be observation. You are going to be observing how your class teacher teach various lessons, how your class teacher manage behavior, how your class teacher has set routines for the class, and how your teacher goes through these routines with the pupils. And if the teacher teaches a lesson that maybe did not go well, how does the teacher handles that? You would also observe lesson scaffolds that your teacher uses to make lesson accessible for everyone, and also supports that are available for pupils with needs. More about routines. If you happen to get to the school at the beginning of the term, it means that you're going to have the chance to see how the routines are set up, and you're going to go through that with your class teacher. Even if you are thrown in the middle of a term, I encourage you to put your eyes down and observe the various routines around lessons, the various routines around transitioning in a lesson, and also routines around transitioning from lesson to lesson. And during lunchtime, break time, what routines are around all that. When you observe all these routines and take note of them, then it helps you to be able to start implementing these routines as well yourself. During your placement, you must have a copy of the behavior management policy, read through the policies and know what behavior management looks like in the school, so that as you observe your class teacher managing behavior, you're able to pick all this from your class teacher and are able to manage behavior the right way according to what the school expects you to do. And in doing this as well, you are able to make sure you follow the behavior management through every lesson you teach. There would be behaviors that you need to manage. Even times when you are not teaching, you need to manage behavior. You also have to build relationship with the pupils and the teachers, the whole staff. You have to build relationship with the pupils, starting from learning their names, getting to know their names, and being able to pronounce their names or mention their names and call them when doing your when teaching your lessons. This is really, really important. You don't want to stand in front of the class teaching a lesson with someone observing you and you cannot mention the names of the children. You want to know your children's name by heart, where you could mention them, call their names. In when using example cold calling during your lessons, you are able to call the pupils' names and not say you, that, no, that, no, not you, that one. No, you don't want to do that. So learn the pupils' names at first, then build relationship with them. Begin to learn their interests, what makes them excited, what makes them happy, so that you are able to link their interests with your lessons. It feels really good when pupils come to school and then they know that, oh, I spoke with my teacher about something yesterday and today she asked me about it. It's something that they really appreciate a lot. Know your pupils really well, know their interests, so that you can use this interest to communicate with them, to interact with them. The next thing I encourage you to do is to make sure you know where all the resources are. Know where the hall is, assembly, where is it held, where do they have their lunch, where is the art cupboard, where is the science cupboard, where is the sports room, where do you find what resources. Just at the beginning, know all these things so that it would help you. One thing that is very important in schools is safeguarding. You should know who your safeguarding leads are, so that in case of any issue of safeguarding, you know who to talk to and where to go for help. Because sometimes behaviors in the classroom can get to the extreme and you need somebody else to come in to support you. So make sure that you know who the safeguarding lead is, the safeguarding protocols. Should a behavior be escalated, how do you de-escalate it, or who do you call to come in to help in de-escalating that behavior? Also, you need to know what co-curricular activities happen in the school. For instance, after school clubs, breakfast clubs, and maybe swimming and other sports activities and things that happen in the school. Be exposed to them, participate in them. Give yourself the opportunity to learn these things, because when you become a teacher, I'm very, very sure that you are going to take up some more responsibilities. To add to what I've mentioned already, do not forget to also be sure to know who is in charge of first aid, because I realized this when I went to my placements. There are a lot of things that happen during break and lunchtime that children need first aider to help them out. So know who the first aider is, so that in case of any situation, you are out there, you are with a child, you can take the child to someone who would administer first aid, because you as a trainee, you are not qualified. No matter, even if you have your first aid training, make sure you know who is responsible for it and be able to take children there in case of any emergency. It is also very important for you to know the various subject leads in your school. For instance, who is in charge of maths, science, art, DT, and whatsoever, who is in charge of these lessons. Know the subject leads, so that in case you're having any challenge or any difficulties or any questions, you can go to this person to help you address them. There might be things that your class teacher may not per se know, or may not be able to help you with, or your mentor may not be able to help you with, but when you get in touch with the subject leads, they will be the right people to help you in that subject. I will also encourage you to know what the dress code of the school is. Before you start your placement, you would do a first visit. So during that first visit, there are series of questions that you need to ask. One of these questions should include dress code. What is their dress code? What are you expected to wear? Know these things so that you don't go to the school looking ridiculous, or you don't go and someone calls you aside that you are not dressed properly, or that to go back and dress the right way. So know what a dress code is, so that you appear always the right way. Especially if you're teaching in the secondary school, I would encourage you to be very conscious of knowing what the dress code is and dressing appropriately as well. And that also is part of code of ethics. As a teacher trainee, you need to know the code of ethics for that school, what you are not to do, what you can do. For instance, about phones. I know that my school, you cannot take a phone into the class, or you should not display phones. Yeah, your phones should not be displayed. You should know all these things in order to do the right thing, so you don't find yourself in trouble. During your placement, you would experience bringing pupils into the class and also letting them go, or sending them out of class. Early in the morning, when the children arrive with their parents, they wait outside. When it's time, the teacher opens the door, welcomes the children, share a few words here and there with them, maybe talk to a few of them, just trying to check on them, see how they are doing. Sometimes if parents have issues where maybe a child woke up not feeling really well or something, they talk to you as a teacher at the door, letting you know about that before you start the day. Please do not wait to the last minute before you start doing this. It is very important. I found myself not doing that from like the first couple of weeks. I didn't do that until I'm like, no, I need to learn this thing. On 4 occasions, my class teacher wasn't in school the whole day because she had to do various trainings and she had to go to some places. And I had to handle the class. I needed to bring the pupils in and also let them out. So can you imagine not knowing how to do it or what to do? That would have been so frustrating. So grab the opportunity to practice these things. It will really, really help you.
When it comes to lesson plan, you first observe expert colleagues during PPAs, and then you would have the chance to co-plan lessons with them. After that, you would also have the chance to do lesson plans independently on your own, applying all the learning that you have acquired from them.
All right, guys, so I'd like to bring this video to an end by saying you are going to a new school and there are new rules, new expectations, new things. Be open-minded, embrace people, never feel shy to ask questions. Always ask questions. Asking questions is what would help you. When you don't know something, ask. Where can I find this? Once you get into the school, it's going to be like a roller coaster experience, lot of information coming to you. Pick the bits that you need in that moment to work with and work with them. And as you go along with your training, make sure that you are connecting your experience from the training with the classroom experiences, because that's the best way to go. That's why I really love this scitt program I'm doing because it's connected. Everything I've studied, I've experienced it in class. For instance, when we go for training in certain areas this week, I would plan my next lessons targeting these areas we've handled for my next week. So in my lessons, I'm going to practice these things and then reflect at the end of it to see how it all went. If you have any questions, I encourage you to leave them in the comments and I'll come and respond to them. If there are specific topics you want me to also treat in my subsequent videos, do not hesitate to leave it in the comments and I'll do that as well. Thanks to all of you, my returning subscribers. If you are new here, I encourage you to please subscribe to this channel and also turn on your notification bell so that anytime I have a new video, you will receive an alert from me. Thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.